Sattva ma sadgamaya tamasho ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritangamaya avir maidi rudra yatte dakshinang mukham te namang pahi nityam te namang pahi nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Oh, peace, peace, peace. So, we are now in the concluding chapter, 10th chapter, where this chapter is called the state of emptiness and non-emptiness. Shunya, ashunya pada. That ultimate reality, whether it is or it is not. Whether it is, Buddhists say it is void, so ultimate truth is void. Is it void? Or, no, it is full. Vedanta says it is full. So what is that? That conclusion is that you can say it is void in one sense, and you can say it is full. The reality is the only one. So this is a very special chapter of this non-dualistic text, like Ashtavakra and others, which is talking about the highest philosophy of reality. So it says, the very first verse says, the state of emptiness and non-emptiness, sunna or shunna pada. When you reach that state, what is that state? It is. Can you say it is empty? Or can you say it is non-empty? So, that means at experience level, what is that? And when you come down from that experience, how you feel? So these are the two questions here. So the very first verse starts with saying that drishya darshana sambandhat nabhavit paramam sukham. It is a very wonderful statement. Drishya and darshana sambandhat bhavet paramam sukham. No. Whenever there is a connection of the drishya, the object, and the person who is observing, observer and the observed, the witness and the object witness, sambandha, when there is a relationship is being created. Relationship is created all the time. I am seeing you, I see by the consciousness. Consciousness, without consciousness I cannot see, I cannot look, I cannot feel, I cannot experience. So, in one sense, drishya is the object, this is the object. And who is watching? Drashta. And there comes a relationship. And because of that relationship, we experience this. But so long you are identifying yourself as witness and you are seeing this object and you have a relationship, I like it, dislike it, it is charming, it is bad, it is holy, it is unholy, it is divine, it is non-divine. Anything you are talking, you are creating a relationship. You know, na paramam sukham. You cannot reach that absolute bliss. So it is much beyond that. When there is this connection goes away, only the witness remains. At the state of samadhi, what happens? All disconnection from the body. That Thakur going to, just imagine Ramakrishna going into samadhi. What has happening? He is just forgetting the body. Not forgetting, there is no consciousness, withdrawn from the body. So without the body, without the mind is no more functioning in the world. no relationship with the objective universe. And your understanding about the world, about sun, about moon, about electrons, about electronic movement, about this science, that science, physical science, material science, this logic, that logic. No, nothing in the brain. He is withdrawn from that. And withdrawn from the ego also. When they go into that state, that is all sambandha, all relationship, just cut. So one wants to be in the highest experience, will have to cut all relationship. It's a very bold statement. It is not keeping all this connection with the world and spirituality in the side by side. That will not do. Even in Bhakti school they say, no? Ekanai to parkarina, duanai to parkarina. In the Krishna song, the minstrels, they sing this way. The gopis are trying to cross the Jamuna river, and Krishna has come with a boat. And he said, oh Krishna, please take us on the opposite side of the boat. This is the world, this river is the world, no? Boat is the spiritual path or your kindness to take us away. Then Krishna said, hey, you have to pay the price. First pay the price. Well, what is the price? Okay, we will give you 1 anna, means 1/16 of my mind. I will give God 1/16. And take me? Well, no, I don't take anyone with this price. Then he said, okay, we will bargain. Bargain continues. Then I give 2. Then I give 3. Krishna always says, no, I cannot take you on the other soul. That means with the mind, 1 part of mind given to God, and 90 parts in the world, you may have glimpses of experience. There's nothing wrong. But to have absolute experience, paramam sukham, that will not happen. And ultimately when the gopis gave 16 parts of their mind, say 16 annas, then Krishna says, can you give little more? Meaning that you exhaust your total mind in God consciousness. And if there is anything more remnant anywhere, can you give it to God? Then that moment is the moment, best moment, holy moment, that you can be called a realized soul. No? This is a very bold statement. That's why it says, this is in Bhakti language, I told it. No. All these spiritual disciplines are talking about the same thing, whether we understand or not. Here what we are saying in Bhakti language, okay, you give me 1 anna, 2 annas, 3 annas, bargain, that's okay, I will give 50% of my mind, 50% I will have to do other work. That's why Vedanta says, no work, it is all service to God. We are separating out, no, this is secular, this is spiritual. That's the beauty of Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna in this age. Your 16 annas of mind you can give through your work, to your sleeping, to your eating, everywhere you can bring God into your awareness. You are doing for God, or you are thinking that this is interaction going on. But not as a material object. Jada and Chetan, these two not mixing together. When it mixes, you can get a glimpse of joy. That's why, na paramam sukham. You cannot attain the supreme sukha. Supreme happiness is not available by that. Tadipo ekanta sanchintya mananasa parang padam. Therefore you do. Ekanta means totally. Ekanta, targeting to the end. Only one pinpointed. Sanchintya, thinking that I am that, and withdrawing the mind into that consciousness. No? Mananasa. Destroy your mind. Pampering your mind and living in the world, and then you are... The gopis has no mind. That's why this story came. When the gopis were asked, the Buddhava, the great Gyani, was sent by Sri Krishna when he left Vrindavan. and went into Mathura. And Krishna sent Uddhava, okay, go and pacify these gopis. They are illiterate ladies, they don't know much school education or anything, but they love me very much. So go and console them, yeah? So that they are weeping and crying all the time, go and help. And then the Uddhava came and advised the gopis, oh gopis, why are you weeping? God is God anywhere. Sri Krishna is in your heart, all the time sitting in the heart. Now why not meditate on God, in Krishna, in your heart? Then the gopis said, oh Uddhava, you are talking like that, but is the mind under our control? The mind, you have to meditate, you need your mind. But our mind has been stolen by your Krishna. It's not here. See, they look like that they are in their household life, but their mind is gone to Krishna totally. Here also said, your Vedanta book, you say, mind mananasa, entire mind will be destroyed. Mind's function to associate with the object, feel identification, happiness, pleasure, pain, joy, suffering, all the moment. That is our world. What is our world? Whatever happens to the physical goes to the mind. Whatever happens in the emotional level, it is emotion. So we are all caught into the trap of the mind. Therefore, it is the mananasa. So advice is that you see the object and you are the seer and the object is there. Just see, like a mirror. Mirror, things come and see. But mirror does not catch it, hold it. So we hold it. So get out of it. No relationship. When it comes, so. When it is gone, gone. Be like that. That will be not a negative thing, by positively keeping your mind totally intoxicated into the self and consciousness. So that no part of mind is anywhere making a relationship with the world. You can do that, then you will have paramam sukham. So that is the total dedication, total destruction of the mind, not pampering the mind, but just ruling the mind and destroying the mind. You have to say, mind, I have been with you for a long time, but let us say bye now. When I come down from that samadhi, then I may be again friend with you, but not now. So that is called the tremendous renunciation, detachment. And this book talks about the highest experience, so highest renunciation. That is the state. And now that state is, they are saying paramam sukham, the highest happiness, supreme happiness. Paramam padam, the supreme state. The language is paramam padam, pada is the state. And here is sukham, happiness, supreme happiness. So that is the advice in the first verse. No? Now second verse says, what is bondage, what is freedom? Drishya darshana sambandhe sukha sangvedanuttama drishya sangbolito bandha tanmuktya muktiruchyate. Drishya sangbolito, when it gets connected with the drishya attached to the objects. You know, remember two words. Drishya is the visible object or mentally imagined object also. In your mental mind you imagine something. That's also an object. But the gross object, that is the subtle object. Both objects. So it's said that drishya sambolito bandho, when the consciousness connects any time with the drishya, with the object, that is bandha. Then you are bondage. Some people say, oh, I have highest realization, I got it, all these things. Many people write letters about their questions, and there we find that they are expressing their experience, that they have gone something. But did you go there? Then that is the proof. Still, are you identifying with the object of the universe? Attaching to it? Getting the touch of happiness, joy, pleasure, pain? Then you are in bondage. This sambalito. When you are associated, sambandha and sambalito, then that is called bandhan, bondage. Tanmuktva. When it is detached from that, mukti ruchyate. That's called the mukti. Very simple formula. When our mind is taking us to the sense objects or any objects, and the Atman, pure Atman is thinking, I am seeing it, I am happy with it, or I am unhappy, you are in bondage. When the witness consciousness sees that and does not make this relationship, udashina vadashinam ashaktam teshu karmasu, Bhagavad Gita says, they live like the udashina. Udashina means onlooker. As onlooker, just vacant look. Ramakrishna's idea of the bird, what he wanted, a picture, painting of a bird who is just sitting on the egg, hatching the egg, and looking outside. And you see the eyes of the bird is not looking anything. Though its eyes are open, but withdrawn. Sometimes it happens in our life. When you are thinking of something and you look like that, you look, we say, it's a vacant look. Don't you say that? Vacant look? Why vacant? Well, you are thinking something. So if you can think that you are the Atman, you are the pure consciousness inside, or withdraw the mind into your Ishta Devata, then you are following the path of liberation. Otherwise, what we are doing 24 hours, it is we are only creating bondage. Why bondage? Because whenever I see something, it creates a vritti, monovritti, chitta vritti. And it is that moment it brings happiness, misery, pleasure, pain, anxieties, worries. But it does not go away. It sinks into the mind and the subconscious. And it becomes a cause for future memory. So that's the samskara. So here suggestion is there. When the most excellent ever existing reality, whose essential nature is consciousness and bliss, gets connected with the visible objects, to the contact of the senses and the sense objects, then that very state is described as bondage or bound state. When that relationship with the visible object is absent, then only does the essential nature of consciousness and bliss exist as a reminder. That is verily liberation. That means our effort should be live in the world, see everything, but how you can detach. Always to remember how you can feel that you are a mirror. Those people going through much difficulties, many devotees we find, any sadhus also, no? But they don't take it seriously as it were. Things are going on, suffering, but they think, they withdraw. They are in the body but not of the body. So that is freedom. Otherwise everything is bondage. And bondage, what is this wrong thing of bondage? Bondage brings us unhappiness, limitation, anxieties, fear of death, fear of losing, all this comes spontaneously. So we got these two very important points. Whenever our real inner consciousness is identifying with the object, and then we are in difficulty. And when you see the object like an onlooker, like a mirror in which people stand, people go away, mirror has an attachment. It does not say, oh ho, it is good, I will hold it. Oh ho, it is bad, I don't want to see it. Whatever you bring before the mirror, mirror only reflects. that mind should be mirror-like. So that practice, how to do that. We always create impression. How, when we create impression, we are in bondage. When we can remain without that identification, then it is freedom. And you are moving towards freedom. Or we are moving towards... So every day, that's why in a bhakti school, how they manage it? By seeing God everywhere. Their practice goes on. Whatever you are doing, and Swamiji also presented this in this age, Vivekananda presented in this age. What to do? Then you are serving the divine in everywhere. Whatever you are doing, you are polishing this table. You are polishing the table, it is table, jara, and you are some one man cleaning it? No. It is to see the divine in the form of the table. Swami Vivekananda said in the inspired talks that before you see the table, you see God first. We don't understand that. Before I see you, I see God first and then you. That means what I am seeing God only. I don't recognize it because my mind teaches, no, it is a man, it is a woman, it is a table, it is a microphone, it is a telephone, it is whatever you, all the objects. Now, the third verse says, Shuddham sada satur madhe padang labdha avalambya tat svabhajjabantara vishyam ma grihano vimunchatha. Shuddham sada satur madhe. There is a eternal reality which is ever pure, stainless. Verse number 3 on page 307. 10th chapter. So, Shuddha, that pure, it is Sat, Asat, our concept, the existence and non-existence. It stands. That means this existential universe is gradually disappearing, and the conscious world inside, you are illumining with yourself like that. You are feeling that connection. And when this external and internal, a point comes when you just cross the threshold. That they are talking, that is the Muddhe Suddha. That is the Suddha state, pure state. If you go further deep, you are dead. Before you die, a spiritual death, from the duality to non-duality, there is a point which is called Shuddha, absolutely pure. Sat asatur madhya. Sat, this visible universe. Swamiji's beautiful song is there. That this world is not there, the sun is not there, moon is not there. And they are all vanishing into the like a dream. Nahi Shurya, Nahi Jyoti, Nahi Shashanka Sundaro. There is neither sun, Nahi Surya, Nahi Jyoti, no light. Not this light. And Nahi Shashanka, this beautiful earth with flowers, fruits and beautiful colors. Nahi Shashanka Sundara. And they are what happening? As if they are floating. Bhashebo me chaya shamo chobi vishya chara charu. Chara and achara, moving and non-moving this universe. It is just floating in the space, as you are seeing in front of you like a movie. This whole gross universe is floating. Chara charu, it moving, unmoving, everything. Like a chaya, it is no reality. It is like a shadow. Ramakrishna touched Vivekananda, he had this experience that time. The whole world of reality as if swirling around and it's becoming into the magical, dream-like, shadow-like thing. Huh? Then that goes, that also moves. And that is, in human language you cannot say what Swamiji has expressed. The scriptures are saying, but you see this through the song, you can see the visible, tangible universe like this. You start from there, and your mind is moving into this realm of that truth. And what is happening? This visible universe is no more appearing to the perceiver, to the sadhaka, that it is real. This is real. Yeah? After the touch, Swami Vivekananda went to Calcutta in the park, and in that park there was iron railing, cast iron railing, and he was hitting his head. It is a piece of steel, or it is consciousness. He is feeling sad. These are examples. It's an unparalleled example to understand this very sophisticated, fine range where this duality merges into non-dual. And then chaya samo, it is all like a chaya, shadow. Chobi Vishwa Chara Charu. This Vishwa, this earth, this solar system, everything is vanishing like a shadow. Chedara Baddha Hulo. Then that floating and becoming a shadow, and that also is disappearing. There is no more shadow. Shunne shunna milailo. This world, which was not there at the point of experience, it disappeared into nothingness. Then it is, what is this? This is the Sunna Pada, the entire chapter dealing with that. Sedara Baddha Hulo Shunne Shunna Milailo. Then what is that? When this entire universe first becomes solid, which I am feeling solid, and mind soared to a level, then it became like a dream or like a shadow. And then that also disappeared. This universe, there is no existence. Shunna milailo. Shunna means void. This way, I don't find the world at all. That is a state, very fine state. The whole concept of the world is gone. But what is that state? Then Vivekananda comes to our help. Abang manashako charan bodhi pran bodhi jar. That is a state. Abak, I cannot say. Speech cannot express it. Abak, manaso, agocharo. It is beyond the grip of the mind and perception. Then, is it void? I don't know. Bodhi pran, bodhi jar. Who can understand? He understands. That means he is dead that time, but he understands. When he comes down again, he remembers that, a little bit trace of that. Suppose you see a flood of light here, and just you come, this is the another world, another side of it. Just that flood of light, when you are again entering into this realm, if you have the trace of mind dissolved, but for the good of the world, they come back to return with this experience to tell us. Then that ego sees this universe again. Grows, gradually subtle to the grows, gods and goddesses and angels, and then come to the level of duality and then to this world. But this world does not appear to be true again anymore, because you have seen that it is all permeated, it is all void, and it is now, you see, it is existing not like us in the ignorant moment, it is all permeated by that consciousness. You see the consciousness everywhere. That's why it says, do not accept. In that condition, there is no question of accept. What will you accept? If you are limited, then you have to accept some other limited thing. If you think that you are that cosmic consciousness, what you have to accept? And you reject. Whom to reject? Is there anything but that consciousness? Is that anything but that cosmic reality? So rejection and acceptance is, you have to go beyond. Do not accept or reject this entire inner or outer universe. Inner what universe? Imaginary universe. We imagine so many things, we dream like things. And external universe, this visible universe. Inner and external, you reject. There is no question to reject, there is no question to accept. Remain established where? In the Brahman or holding on to that which exists between the animate and the inanimate object. That's what he said in Swamiji's song. Going from this animated universe to inanimate object. Inanimate means there is nothing, it is all dream-like, it is all shadow-like. And that also goes. So it is between that animate and inanimate. That is the state, at the highest point, a peak point, where there is no concept of this universe. The concept of the universe, Thakur said, when his mind used to come, I will eat jalebi, I will drink water, with this thought, he used to come down, then he used to see the world, but permeated with God consciousness. So that is the state we are talking about. Fourth verse. So what we have to do? We have to take refuge in that state. Jaro ajara dishyor madhye jattat tvang paramarthikam ananta akasha hridayam tatsada astraya sarvada. Page 308, verse 4. So what it says, then always the spiritual seeker, what we have to do? You take refuge in that truth, T capital, which is the supreme reality that pervades every heart like the widespread infinite space. That supreme reality pervades everywhere, in every heart, every created being. In between the knowledge of the sentient and the knowledge of the insentient. What is sentient for us, this is not insentient. What is sentient? That which is not moving. So insentient and sentient, because before both of them, there is only that state, and we have to take refuge in that state. Why this goes down and up? Okay. So always take refuge in the truth, which is the supreme reality that pervades every heart like the widespread infinite space, and remains in between the knowledge of the sentient and knowledge of the insentient. Now, so this one idea that hammering, you have to stay, our goal is to stay in that position where there is neither this world, there is neither the concept of the world, there is not anything to say what is beyond, to go to that range, which is called samadhi. Nirvikalpa samadhi we call. Bhakti te, parabhakti, state of parabhakti, supreme love. You become soaked into the love. Not only that, you lose yourself in that cosmic love. Jiva merges in Krishna. So there is no other existence of Jiva. It is all Krishna. And here it is called Brahman. Then fifth verse. Oh, the reality of the sense objects or its relationship with the seer is verily called bondage. You have told again. Whenever you are creating a relationship, that's why relationship with the sense objects, these are the objects of the senses. And with reality of the sense objects or its relationship with the seer who is seeing inside is called bondage. Whenever you are creating a relationship, I am the seer, creating an identification with the table, is my table, That's called bondage. That's called really. But when you see that it is only Brahman, then it is no more bondage. That is verily the state of bondage of the conscious seer. Who is inside the seer, conscious seer. That is, for him it is a bondage. When it comes under the control of the seen, seen means S-E-E-N, the object which we see. Again, the seer becomes totally free whenever there is the absence of the seen. Whenever there is no visible universe, then that is the state of your freedom. Whenever there is the object of the universe, and because of that object, your mind is attached, or you are feeling connected, disconnected, that is the problem. There is bondage. 6th verse on page 311. Abandoning all these three ideas of seer, seeing and the sin. It is called Triputi. Seer, who is seeing, object of sin, and instrument. How you connect? This is an object. And here is somebody to experience. How do you connect? You connect with your eyes, or your ears, or your sense of perception, smell, tongue, skin. But they will not be sufficient. Your mind is necessary. Your eyes may be open, you are hearing, but you cannot say anything what was discussed. If you are in between split second, your mind goes to another thought. That happens everyone, for all of us, no? Suppose you are in the middle of the conversation and your mind goes to some other thought. Then you say, hey, what did you say? Sorry, what did you say means, I told you. You are sitting the same way. No, in between the mind ran away somewhere and you got disconnected. So this is the mind and the senses connecting. And that is the instrument. Those are the instruments through which you keep correcting this object here, and the inner subject, that is the seer, effulgent, conscious reality. So you abandon these three ideas. This is idea. This is not the reality. It is Satchidananda. You look at table because of your ignorance. The seer, seen, and the seeing, drashta, drishya, darsha, dhyata, dhyo, dhyan. You are meditating. I am meditating. I am meditating upon Ramakrishna through the instrument of my mind, of my emotions, intellect. No? The three. Destroy the three. Only one will remain. Dhyan, dhyo, dhata. Gyan, gyo, gyata. Gyan is the knowledge. Gyo, to be known. And gyata is the knower. This is the normal way we work in our day-to-day life, in every field. When these three you have to break through, then you are free soul. And we are connected in the three, that's here in bondage. So what to do? Shall we pluck our eyes out? No. You see, but don't disconnect. You see for seeing. Gone, it's gone from the mind. Don't carry it here. Don't hold it back. As much you are holding back, that much is your failure. We hold back. Look at our life. After so many years of spiritual practice, we don't progress. Why? We hold on back. That has happened, this has happened, this has happened. That is, you are holding on to what? You hold on to the truth. Changing universe, everything will change.
Holding back the spiritual experiences can be also obstacle?
No, that will release you, because one is the tying this way, not one is releasing. Ultimately that type of holding on to your mystic vision, holding on to your good spiritual memories, that will inspire you to be more indrawn.
But still it is in the realm of Maya.
realm of Maya or Shuddha Maya. Malina Maya, Malina Sattva, Shuddha Sattva. So you have to go from Malin to Shuddha, to the darker covering, to the lighter covering, and then beyond. So what happened? You have noticed when deep, thick cloud is there, when you go by plane, what it happens? This side is dark. Your plane nose goes up like that, climbing. And you see certain area you are going through the cloud. No? But you are going and seeing more light, and it is also within the range of the cloud. It is also range of Maya. But we adore that Maya. Unless your plane gets stuck there. I don't want to go any further. In between the cloud. So if any spiritual practitioner, that's why it is called, that's the obstacle to samadhi. That's why in meditation they say 3 obstacles. What is the 3 obstacles in meditation? One is laya. While meditating, that's the laya. Sleep. Then another is what? Boom, 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 traveling all over the globe. That is the second one. And third is Rashashad or Kasaya. Kasaya means I don't like it. Meditation becomes a bitter thing. I have to go again meditate. I don't get anything and again I have to go for that. The Kasaya. And then you find a little taste of joy, meditation. It's good. But you think, I got one light. Okay, but that is danger. Your plane is going and got stuck somewhere. No, don't stop it. It's a good experience. No good experience. Go on. And the cloud, thick cloud, when it goes up, you see ever shining sun. No? Its own brilliance and eternally there. That's our own nature. So that you have to travel to this realm of. So that's why both are Maya, but one is called Vidya Maya, another is called Avidya Maya. One Maya takes us to ground and much deeper into the depth of ignorance, and crying and weeping starts more and more and more as day goes on. And another is releasing, and it's also Maya, but that Maya we adore. That's why you worship Mother. Mother holds in her hand both things. Mother has one hand full of toys, my mother gives to the babies, and when the baby becomes tired and sick, they say, Ma, then mother comes and takes her in her lap. No. So one to delude, one to free. And every time we are reading Chandi, every alternate day, what do we do? How many times we say, you are this and you are also that. So this is the Vidya Maya is our goal to attain. So abandoning all these 3 ideas of the seer and the seen, and seeing along with their latent desires, we adore that very self by whom the act of seeing is first revealed. We adore that which is always serene and powerful and observing, who is always there, day and night, 365 days, all through my life, before my birth, after my death, that light shining, he shining, everything shines. So that is the self. 7th verse, we meditate on that self which illumines all the luminous objects and is eternally interspersed between these 2 sides of existence and the non. In the existential side, there is also Brahman, and what we say non-existence of this world, there is also Brahman. As I gave the example, the cloud below and above, everywhere is the same space, whether below in dark and above light. That is the journey from these 2. Lead us from ignorance to light. Every day we pray, no? Tamaso ma jyotir gamaya. Tamaso means the darkness. lead us from darkness to light. This is the journey from the darkness to light. That you crawling in darkness and crying and weeping, going beyond is the line where you get to the effulgence and experience. So we meditate on the self, which illumines all the luminous objects, no? Actually, that luminous object is there behind even the table, or in the bulb, or in the sun, or in the moon. He is shining. He is the shining consciousness, Satchidananda. Because of that, everything shines. He is eternally interspersed between the two sides, in this side of ignorance and that side of knowledge. 8th verse. One attains the undying bliss directly if one can always remember to meditate on the state that arises at the end of waking condition and the beginning of the sleep state. This is another way of meditation. They are saying if one can meditate, when he can meditate? That the end of the waking condition. Suppose now, you are now going to bed. So you see, you remain yourself awake, that I am going to sleep, but you are awake. If you can say, you can just continue that you are going to sleep from waking state to the end of waking state and the beginning of the sleep. There is a junction point. If you can still remain awake at that point, then one attains the bliss. That means this conscious plane dissolving into the apparent sleep state, non-existential state, there is a point. If your mind can keep there, then you will experience the truth.
Is this something that I am feeling like I am dreaming now?
That is much deeper than that. I am dreaming, that is not the point. You are to go to sleep with full consciousness. I do not know, Baba, this is very complicated. To meditate that way, how many people are capable? Rather you follow your Guru's instruction and follow simple. Swamiji's idea. This world going beyond, it's dissolving into the voidness. Those are the same thing Swamiji is saying. The gross universe dissolving into like a dream-like appearance, and that is merging. There is a point. And if some people do this meditation, but it is too hard. You can do that, you are advanced soul, probably you can do. Why not do normal thing? Think the light inside. The Lord is seated here, smiling, cheerful, bright. If no form, think of the light, ocean of light, and feel that it is the only light permeating everything. It's a very simpler thought. And if you are powerful enough, you start meditating. But I do not know how much is capability. Many, that's why in the market you go, 100 types of meditation. All meditation centers are always teaching meditation. So there are different ways. But how many people are capable for what? They have to understand. Now 9th verse says, to remain like a piece of stone in the state is free from all activities, is verily the supreme standing of the self. When your body will not function anything, your mind will not function anyway, your intellect will not work anyway, your ego will not be identified with anything, that is the state. That means you have disconnected from body, your mind, your emotions, your intellect, your ego. Simple thing, disassociate with that, those things, then you are that. This is neither the state of waking, nor dream, nor deep sleep, but it is a state beyond all thoughts and resolution. You cannot say it is a state of waking state. It is a state of sleeping state. You cannot say it is a state of dreaming state. A state which everything is dissolved, but still you experience something. And you are who? You are also dead. You only experience when you again enter into it. Now, 10th verse on page 315 says, "Oh, Rama, stay like a rock. but without its inertness. Live in the world like a rock. But rock is inert. What is the use of becoming like inert? Shall I be inert then? No. That's why I advise stay like a rock, but without its inertness. With a mind which is free from any mental activities. That means you will have a mind without mental activity. How come it is possible? We have a mind, and mind will be not mindless. Mind is mindless. Mind is mind when? Mind when takes the chitta vritti, one thought. When mind takes a thought, then it's called mind. Mind is a vacant mind is no mind. When one realizes the supreme samadhi, it is no mind. Mind is gone. So here it says that with the mind, you have a mind. I am saying it is mind, but any mental activity. No mental activity there. And be absorbed in your very being. That means you remain in your own self alone. Now, 11th verse says, the supreme self of the nature of existence, consciousness and bliss, widespread like space, exists inseparably everywhere in all the objects, as like a clay remains inseparable in pots and clay, made of clay. Pots and pans you made of clay, as the earth element permeates everywhere, so the consciousness permeates everywhere. Whatever you form you are seeing grows in the gross level. Therefore, 12th verse says, as the calm ocean alone is perceived while observing the restless water. When you go to the beach, you see the restless water. Are you not seeing the ocean? That's why, as a calm ocean, that is the calm ocean. It is perceived restless water on the ocean. Same ocean, calm and restless. But you are seeing this ocean only. In the ripple, that's the ocean only. Likewise, in the agitation of the expanded and widespread soulless water of knowledge, is it? Expanded and soulless ocean of knowledge, the one non-dual self of the ocean of consciousness alone exists, and it is your own self. That exists, and that is our own self. This is to be meditated upon every day. And so we can end here today. And if any question, then I will address that. And we hope to finish it next day. This chapter, only another few verses are there. And as many times you read it, so many times you can dive deep into the material. But you have to understand that there are not many thoughts in it, many practices. Vedanta is very simple. One point, they are hammering again and again in so many ways to enter into our stone-like brain. Of course, not all of us are stone-like. Some of you may be rubber-like, some of you may be water-like. Water-like is the best, because you put the little drop of oil and it spreads all over. You understand, you get little of the spiritual wisdom from this book, and you spread your whole heart, mind, soul, saturates with that. No? That's the best. Rubber-like, stone-like, not entering. How much it is gone. It is rather, you go, it bends. The nail bends and comes towards you, back, without going inside. A good, little better is rubber-like. You push into the rubber, then what will happen? It will remain, but as soon as you stretch, it falls down. Leather-like. Leather will be little more stable, but leather is also unstable. So we'll have to go to let it penetrate, simple thought, again and again, into the same idea. Okay, thank you all. So we will be now having any question, then give me the question. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. So we have read up to the verse number 13 of the 10th chapter. We'll start from 14th and we'll try to finish the next day. So that much, and we have now question answer. Here is okay, here is a question. Detachment and non-attachment, the same concept? I think so. Detachment and non-attachment are the same. Yes, it is almost same. And detachment means if you intensity, you can say it is perfectly detached. Perfectly detached means he is totally successful in his separation from the objects. And non-attachment? Non-attachment means non-sticky. Sticky pan, non-sticky pan. Sticky pan you cook and non-sticky pan you cook. What is the difference? Similarly, you cook your meal in the worldly meal every day, in a non-sticky pan, non-sticky mind. Then everything will be done. Day-to-day functionality will continue. But it will not stick into the mind. Mind is the pan. If you think the mind is a pan. So in that non-sticky pan, to our spiritual life is to make it non-sticky. So non-sticky is non-attachment, and that is also detachment. I think the same. All living beings and God are sharing the same consciousness. Please comment. Yes, the entire universe, according to Vedanta, everything is only an expression, but consciousness is the foundation. That consciousness is perceived. That consciousness manifests in different ways. We are all supported by the same consciousness, in you, in me, in everyone, even in the crawling worm, Swami Vivekananda said. It is the same consciousness. Only difference is the difference in manifestation. So, like, in a human being, manifestation is more than that of the animal life. Because animal life has its restriction. His sense organs, his body, his feature, his brain is little different. They cannot think of Vedanta, Atman, Brahman, normally. They are very busy with collecting food, and survival mode is more. That takes away their energy. But human being can think higher, looks at the sky. Oh, what is this? Who has created these stars? Very question can come to anyone. It does not need any spiritual person. So, that questioning thing manifests through human personality. That's why your scripture says human life is a blessed life. Because you can question and you can explore the higher truth. So, though everyone is connected with the same consciousness, but manifestation power is different. Even human being, there are differences in manifestation. Some are like Christ, Buddhas, Ramas, Krishnas, the highest manifestation. Vivekananda, they are people, they are manifestation. And we are also manifestation. But their manifestation is so huge because their power is not the content, the same electricity is behind, no? But same electricity is running a big 1,000 horsepower engine, and that is also running behind a night lamp or in the computer. Your whole world of computer science is going on. If the electricity goes away, then how will you continue it? So electricity is there everywhere, but its manifestation is different. So my idea is that all living beings and God Himself are sharing the same consciousness, yes. But God is God. God is the highest manifestation. God creates. I cannot create. You cannot create. Though we are all consciousness. Swami Vivekananda responded to this question. What is that? You take a clay mouse, no, and make a clay elephant. This clay mouse cannot be clay elephant. Manifestation is different. But elementally, it is also earth. earth element in the elephant, also earth element, and also in the rat or in the mouse, there also earth element. Elementally same, but manifestation is different. That's why no one can be God. In the world, no one can be God. God is exclusive, because that is the highest manifestation. And by His will we are created. But the consciousness behind God and consciousness behind us is the same consciousness. That is the... Now, meditation, how it will be easy? Meditation will be easy. This is a common thing. Many times we talk about that. Meditation will be easy if we love someone, then I think of him or her. So you have to love God. If you love God, you will think of God. And deep thinking is meditation. So what we have to do, if we love God, either in the saguna form, say Rama, Krishna, Kali, Durga, Ramakrishna, Christ, no, any form, then you think of Him whole day with all work. Then when you sit for meditation, your mind will bend towards that, because you have trained your mind to think whole day about God. Or you are a non-dual person, you think that I am Atman, I am the conscious spirit, I am seeing this physical, it is no physical, it is the beyond this name and form, is that same consciousness. You think it is Brahman, it is Brahman, it is... Mentally you think that way. And then when you sit for meditation, this thought of the Brahman idea will be spontaneously coming. So it is much easy if we practice. That means you have to fall in love with Brahman or fall in love with your Guru, not Guru. Guru I don't support. Yeah, Guru is also, but more for your Ishta. Guru represents Ishta. Therefore go to Guru, not to Guru but to the Ishta. Because Guru is a human personality, sometimes we feel he's born, he's this. But through him we got the Ishvara concept. So go to Ishvara. If you love Christ, day and night think Christ, 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 Christ above, Christ right, Christ left. If you like Rama, 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 whatever you see. So if we can do that, fall in love with Rama, fall in love with your chosen ideal, Ishta. Or Ishta may be Saguna, or Ishta may be Nirguna. Then that will help us to meditate when we sit for meditation. Otherwise, as we train our mind whole day distracted, mind also will be all naturally run for those things. But if mind gets a taste of this type of meditation, then it will be wonderful. Another question, not a question but a comment. So we can hear that. India also needs Vedanta society, not only Ramakrishna Mission but also Vedanta society. Your comment, but I would say we are the same Ramakrishna Mission. I am a monk of Ramakrishna Mission. No. So I am being posted here in America, in this Hollywood Center. So I am saying it is Vedanta. Because why Swami Vivekananda gave this name Vedanta? Because otherwise people will think like Christianity, another religion has come to convert us. It is not conversion. It is to give the spiritual wealth, which is Satchidananda. That may manifest in Christ, that may manifest in Ramakrishna. But we have not come to create a cult here, of Ramakrishna cult. So therefore we talk about Vedanta. And India, yes, our Swamis are doing the same thing. What we are talking about, keeping the mind in God, what they are doing, their school, college, hospital, they are all serving. Serving whom? God in man. That idea is to be implemented. So they are also doing the Vedanta society's work. Vedanta society, you have to understand, mission works in two aspects. Some places they emphasize on the services idea. Some places they emphasize on worship and prayer and bhajan and singing, etc. But most of the centers you will find, they mix up. But some center may, suppose you go to Concord, you go to Vrindavan. Vrindavan, if you go, one side is the hospital. They are only patient, doctor, nursing, as in any hospital. But there is another division of the Belur Math, Vrindavan center of ours, that is a temple, like us. There you go, you come for meditation, there is everyday puja as we do it here. They also have Ram Nam, they are having Sham Nam, they are having discourses on special days, exactly what we are doing. So, you have to understand Ramakrishna mission is a mixture of this mott aspect and mission aspect. The mission aspect is that where more emphasis on school, college, hospital, dispensary, earthquake, flood, relief in different activities, orphanage, all these are included in the mission side. There you will find that their sadhus are busy with doing that, more of that activity. But here on the other side, in the mission mott side, you will find that they are taking care of the temple, worship, puja, mantra, chanting, so mission, we are the same. Please note this, that Ramakrishna mission, we are Ramakrishna mission monks in this Vedanta society. So you can put any question to any Swami, whatever he is a hospital, running a hospital or school, he will give you the spiritual reply, as we are talking about that. But they have no time though, because they are very much busy with the service idea. Okay, again another, not a question but a suggestion. Make a channel on Indian regional language. Wonderful, that will be great. But we think that you have it. You go to our local centers, you belong to any place, which area you live. Suppose you live in Delhi, you live in Ahmedabad, you live in Kerala, you live in Tamil Nadu. There are centers, and they are also nowadays putting every talk of them on YouTube or some other way. Please go to the channel. It will be very helpful if you go to our website in Hollywood. It is called www.vedanta.org, vedanta.org, and then you explore and you go to worldwide centers. Click that, and then you click India. And then you click that, so many centers everywhere, and go to their website. And there you will find that their talks, lectures or something is already in the YouTube, as we are doing. In regional language, if you go to, probably you will find them. But mostly, to make it accessible, we do is English. But in local language also we can find it. Okay, thank you.
No more question.
Okay, another question, Nicole. Should focus on breath and posture and dance, praise and worship be good enough to help stabilize the witnessing of deconstruction of the mind, or is there a specific method? Specific method of deconstruction of the mind. Beautiful. Yes, deconstruction of the mind can be done in any way. Vedanta suggests all types of alternative. So it will be good if you can take according to your taste and tendency. Someone may be analytical, so that person will get benefit by studying this Vedanta, what we are talking about. Some may be of devotional nature, so they will be getting much benefit if they do dancing, praising, worshipping, they will be happy. And some may be of meditative nature, so they can sit, do some breathing exercise, keep the mind peaceful, and then use that mind to meditate on God. So breathing, practice of pranayama, breathing exercise, leading to meditation, that is also good. But we suggest specific method, Vedanta or Ramakrishna order, we suggest that we blend all these four ideas. You be a meditator in the morning, then you be a karma yogi whole day. When you get a chance, be a pujari in your own altar, wave incense and do before your meditation. So before meditation you can be a worshiper. Sometimes you have time, sing in the dance in the name of God. But you can blend all these so that 24 hours can be dedicated to God. That is the Vedanta idea of Ramakrishna Vivekananda. So that not exclusively one. You may be predominantly loving one aspect. You may be a bhakta. You may be a jnani. You may be liking meditation more. Or you like to do selfless service. That may be your major focus. But blend all the other three so that your life becomes fruitful. Wherever you are, you think that you are connected with God. Now another question. During meditation, prayer and surrender, and during waking Atman consciousness towards Jiva Jagat, is this attitude all right? Yes. Because you know, God is only one. Whether you think of Him in the saguna form, that is with the prayer, you are surrendering to God, saying, "Oh Lord, please help me. Oh Krishna, I am your servant. Please, oh Rama, you are the Lord of the universe." Whatever terminology you give, it's a personalized, God personalized, and God impersonal. That is called Brahman. So, during waking state, you can pray also to "Oh Rama, oh Krishna, oh Rama Krishna, help me." You can do that. Also you can do that, think this way, that you are thinking I am Atman. That's okay, no problem. Only we are mistaken here as if we are calling two gods. One God for the bhaktas, another God is for the jnanis. No? There is no two God. One God, sometimes in the nameless, formless aspect, we call Brahman or Atman, pure consciousness. Sometimes that same consciousness takes a divine form. We call Rama, we call Krishna. No? So, do both. Don't make a split. Whenever mood comes, enjoy that mood. Your Vedanta mood, enjoy. Think everything is only consciousness. I am seeing only name and form. Huh? Or it is my beloved Lord is behind this every created being. Everything we see. Huh? Or it is consciousness lurking behind all. Take any idea which makes you connect with God. Thank you. Arasha? Thank you all. So it is almost 8:45. So we will see you tomorrow 7:30 p.m. for our gospel class.
You will be
Thank you. Huh?
You will be giving the class.
I will be giving the class. Okay, Jai Ma. Thank you all.